Hey, yo, man, I want to talk to y'all about the water over there at Rikers Islands. Man, that stuff is horrible. It's unsuitable for humans. I wouldn't feed that stuff to my dog or my worst enemies or even to that snitch junior. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned that snitch junior because if you go back in my videos, you know what I'm talking about. But you got to be following the videos to know what I'm saying. So, if you ain't watched it, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And check out the other videos that was before this one because it'll bring you up to date of what I'm talking about. But yeah, back to the program. That stuff came out smelly, brown. It's just horrible. That stuff isn't something you even want to feed your worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? It's brown, smelly, and like I said, I've never tasted it, so I couldn't say if it tastes normal. I'm sure it didn't because it didn't look or smell normal. And then the cold part about it is you ain't got no access to no other water, and you stay thirsty. You know what I'm saying? It's an environment where you just stay thirsty. You don't know why, but you do for some reason. And you don't have access to the water. Clean water, I should say. And you go to the store maybe once every 2 weeks. It depends on where you're at and what the CO feels like. And them guys, never know what they feel like. And as you go to the store, you can only get two bottles of 1 liter bottles. So basically, what you would normally drink in one day is what you can get every week or 2 weeks. So me and this other guy, ATL, which I'll tell y'all more about him, you know what I'm saying? He was the homie back there. And man, we used to because there's like 50 people in there, so take away us two to get 48. So between 48 people, we trying to get people to buy us waters, because you can only get two per person. So, we had people, getting us some clean water, and we stayed with the clean water. We were out of towners, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't trying to drink that stuff. That stuff wasn't right. Yeah, man, that water ain't nothing for humans to drink, let alone, and we had to take showers in it and stuff like that. The food was cooked in with it, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I'd say about the kitchen water, it was supposed to be filtered. Oh, speaking of filtered water in the kitchen, I accidentally started some drama in the GRVC building because the water in the kitchen is supposed to be filtered for the inmates, and then they have a separate one for the COs. Well, I was, checking out the inmate water and the filter water out the machine, and it turns out that the damn thing had mold in the hose. In the back of it has a hose where the water goes through from the faucet or spigot, whatever you want to call it, from the water inlet. This thing had mold in it. It was a clear tube, and mold the entire length of the hose from the where it connected to the wall water source all the way through to the machine where it dispenses. Straight mold. So getting water there as an inmate, you was drinking mold water. It wasn't even an assumption. It was what it was. It was visible. I told this to the COs. I told them and told them and told them. They didn't give a rat's foot. Who care what the inmate want, right? So, but the CO now they had their own separate filtered water machine. I used to get water out of that one. I used to take my bottled water, 2 liters, and a 1 liter bottles, and bring a few of them, fill it up, take it back. Yeah, so during the summertime, it gets so hot in there. You're talking about outside. You're talking about high 90s, high hundreds. Humidity out the chain, and just like you're in this concrete enclosed building, no air conditioning, no windows, no doors, none of that to open. So what do? You suffer. You're like a turkey baking in the oven, and then your only relief is some water, ice, but you can't. You don't want to drink that or eat the ice because you already know because I done told everybody in the pod that stuff has mold in the holes, so no one wants to eat it. And they know I got access to that good clean ice. I ain't bringing nobody the water, just me and my boy ATL. You to get the access to water because you can only bring so much. So and they're from New York. They should be used to it. That other dirty water. So that was my opinion. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I used to bring the ice. I used to bring a bag of ice for the pod at night. But then I had my own bag because I had my own bucket where I kept my own cold milks and and other products that had to stay cold. So I used ice as a refrigeration source. Yeah. So the water ain't no good. No good. It should be shut down. It was that way before I was there. It was that way during our time was there, and it was probably still that way right now. Yeah, so pretty much, Riker Islands has about 10 to 15,000 inmates in it any one time. Why don't you have clean water? A person is in Rikers Island while awaiting trial. That doesn't mean you have to torture them with dirty water, undrinkable water. You can't drink this water. COs don't drink it, but you force inmates to drink it. How fair is that? That's cruel and unusual punishment. Rikers Island needs to be investigated. The food, the rodents, the roaches, the bugs, the COs, the violence, all of it. Shut it down. Yo, let me tell you about, since we talking about the kitchen stuff, let me tell you about the time at Rikers Island when you keep in mind I worked in the kitchen and they had some chili. It was some very good chili, man. I tell you, I hadn't had some good food in a long time. You know, remember I was kidnapped. So while I'm being held at this prison by New York City, and I tried the chili. It was good as shit. So I decided I was gonna take the whole thing. They ain't need it. They had other shit they could eat, right? Shit, this chili was coming with me. It was coming back with me. I took the whole thing. Yeah, so what I did was I tell you, I got a big ass bag, plastic bag that I put it in. This is what I'm talking about maybe 3 or 4 pounds of chili. It was delish. So, anyways, finished up work, worked our way back to the pod. And I ain't go in and normally I take a shower when I come in because that's when the water's hot and they ain't got another gang of motherfuckers around. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, and then go and talk to the people I normally associate with. And I'm like my boy ATL. I was telling him about good this shit was, right? He was like, what? Yeah, right. I got him some, right? Because the CEO opens the pantry when I come in. So I got him some and he tried. He said that shit was good too. So by bam, we was like, yeah, we gonna tear that shit up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? While these other motherfuckers eating this other shit, we got some special shit. Man, at least we thought that, right? So then you fast forward like about say hour or so. Man, all of a sudden you hear the lights come on, like bling, bling, bling. The door opens and a million cops come in, and they're talking about it's a shakedown. Yeah, these motherfuckers came deep. They was looking for that chili. Man, they tearing up. They didn't go in the cells. They was just the outside in the pod and in the pantry area. So they went and did the shit right, and they ain't find nothing. They ain't find nothing. So then, they're about to leave and shit, and then all of a sudden the other cop like, well, let me check again. Let me try it again. Let me try again. The motherfucker went in the pantry and found the shit, came out with the big bag of the chili, was like, booyah, got it. And that was it. Psh, chili gone, chili gone. Yeah, so usually my normal everyday diet while I was being held hostage in New York and Rikers Islands by New York City. One of the most things I eat would be peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Now, remember how earlier I was telling you how some people don't get stuff on their trays? The jelly, that was another thing. The jelly, if you get some, it's literally, and I kid you not, it's literally a teaspoon. They would send so much for 50 men to the dorm, which was such a small amount. Well, of course, I had plenty of fucking jelly. I ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. The kitchen did not serve peanut butter, but they give you jelly. What you supposed to do with the jelly? I don't know. I think they just give you stuff on your tray just for calorie purposes or nutrition purposes, and they call that a real well-rounded meal. They don't care what it tastes like, right? And so, and then I used to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I used about don't laugh, but I used to eat about a good 6 to 8 of them a day, thick ones, real thick. I used to get the peanut butter from the commissary. I used to buy my own. But the jelly, commissary didn't sell the fucking jelly. It was crazy. It was like they was playing with your head. GI mind, Jetta tricks. So, that's one of the things I ate a lot of. And I had milk because I worked in the kitchen. I actually had ice cold milk because I bought back ice and put it in a tub that was under my bed, along with all my water and my other shit that I'd be storing, hoarding for like the apocalypse gonna come and I'm gonna get locked up in my cell and I'm gonna have to eat for a couple of days. That type of hoarding. So I used to always have ice in the cartons of milk. I used to keep them in the ice, up under my bed, and I would keep a bottle of water in there too. So yeah, so that was one of the things. I had bananas, oranges, That stuff they didn't never make it to the trays of other people's. They ain't get it. Wasn't happening. So I kept bananas, a lot of bananas. Um, yeah, you think I had a grocery store up in that joint. And then I had, let's see what else I had. The grape juice. I told y'all about that in that other video. I had with the grits. I told y'all about that. I ate a lot of grits, but I had butter. I had the salt. I had the pepper. I had the whole shebang, right? You know what I'm saying? So then what I had cereals, usually like Frosted Flakes or some kind of other sweetie fruity pebbles or some shit. That sound fruity. Or them circle ones, Lucky Charms. I had those. I would get the good stuff. Right. Let's see what else. And that stuff that don't make it to the main line. Of course, I told you about the grilled cheese and the cheese and all that good stuff. Yeah, pretty much. And I had the milk. I told you about that. And then I ate snack foods, pastries, things like that, chips, and of course soups that I throw in different types of roast beef with some cheese up in it. So I do stuff like that. But Mo, that's pretty much what I ate. I didn't really eat much of that jail food. It was just now. Gotta remember I'm a real picky eater to begin with, and the meat that I do eat, it's got to be good stuff. And they ain't got no good stuff in there. And, I was forced to eat the stuff out of the beef stew out the cans, like the Denties, whatever the heck they name is. That's something with the D. It was all right. It's better than the garbage they was trying to feed me. You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, I'm just saying.